we need to discuss YouTube. I have had my channel for pretty much a month now. You know, the idea was I would upload weekly, plus during the middle of the week with shorter videos, and I'll do something which I think most people would consider quite reasonable and normal. I would discuss the news of the day. Obviously I have my biases and YouTube have theirs, but YouTube is not giving us a balanced and fair playing field. The public forum is not free. I get next to no views except for on one video, which is an absolute S-post about you know, some cultural phenomenon in China, which is fine because it's not insulting China and it's not stepping on Google or YouTube's feet in the Western world. And you know, I'm not calling out their sort of political biases and all this and that. You know, in fact, my latest video was a bit of a sneaky test of the algorithm, and I got to say YouTube is definitely whatever else you can say about them, they definitely they know their algorithm game is strong, because I was saying all the ostensibly right things, and the video has, as I'm speaking and saying this, no views. So it was a little experiment of trying to get into YouTube. I'm not sure why. I just felt like this was the time to start, you know, making my bad little videos. And I'll admit they're not the greatest videos in the world. I mean, you know, I'm pretty new to the whole thing, but the fact that I get no views, none, is kind of telling. I mean, I'm just saying, I bet you if I made a Minecraft YouTube channel, or if I made some other channel which, you know, ticked all the right boxes, I'll be getting, you know, I'm not saying I'll be a sensation overnight or anything. I mean, I might never be, but I think I'll be getting more views than I'm currently getting on this channel, which I think says a lot. So if anyone ever sees this, which statistically you're not going to because I get no views, I would say, yeah, like, you know, this year or whatever is just not the time, guys, to be trying to set up a current affairs or political commentary channel, because YouTube's just not having it. I think what's happening here is that they're pulling up the drawbridge now. They've got their big content creators. They're very tame and safe and domesticated creators, and they're just not wanting to let anyone else onto the farm there. I suppose this is about the time where I'll be told to, you know, go make my own platform. But you know, that's way out of my field of expertise, and I'm not especially keen on it. And I've tried and looked at some of the other like alt tech platforms, and there's promise there, but they're just, unfortunately, they're just a bit too unreliable. Like, I try and upload to BitChute, and it's, you know, it's a bit of a roll of the dice or a flip of the coin whether any videos I upload there were actually sort of, you know, processed properly and then go out into the ecosystem there. So yeah, I don't know. YouTube is I mean, I've been on YouTube a long time. You know, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I've been there for almost every controversy where, you know, the apocalypse, and when people were first finding out that the algorithm was suppressing them and destroying the channels and trying to push small YouTubers off the platform. Even people who, you know, ostensibly weren't making any actually problematic content, you know, but for whatever reason they were just falling foul of the, you know, YouTube board of supervillains, of their sort of, you know, grand plan for the platform and the world, whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not surprised that my channel's struggling, you know, a bit. Like I said, I didn't expect to be a sensation or nothing, but you know, I think I would have been happy with just, you know, a small handful of core subscribers or viewers for a while, you know, just just to give me that motivation to keep on going. And I mean, I'm probably going to post, you know, S posts or whatever, you know. I'm not deleting the channel, but I'm that kind of person, you know. It's only been a month, but you know, when I see absolutely no sort of progress, I kind of just lose the motivation to keep, you know, plugging away with the same vigor that I did before. But you know, I kind of had an idea this was the way it was going to go. So, like I was saying, YouTube's pulling up the drawbridges. They've got the creators that they want, and they'll let in a few of the, you know, very safe sort of creators. You know, the kind of people who wouldn't, you know, in a sense, look or sound or feel out of place in the, you know, in the Capital TV from the Hunger Games or stuff like that. You know, very safe, very tame, a very specific kind of content that you know, that YouTube likes, that doesn't, you know, question any of their sort of particular politics or worldview. And it's kind of ridiculous that YouTube, you know, has politics, so to speak. I mean, in an ideal world, platforms like YouTube, you know, Twitter, Google in general, they should just be purely neutral, sort of, you know, neutral ground, no man's land for everyone to just put themselves out there and just, you know, make themselves heard and see who, you know, see how you know, their content lands, and you know, the kings of the hills, and you know, there'll be more hills than there currently are for people to share, and it'll just, you know, people you know, rise or fall based purely on you know, the demand and quality of their content rather than, you know, what YouTube wants or thinks. But that's not currently how we that's not currently the ecosystem that we're struggling under. And I've looked around and I've seen a lot of other, you know, small content creators, and even you know, by my standards, you know, modestly successful creators, and they're just you know, they're decrying this whole situation. Even they're struggling, you know. They're just like, why is this so hard? Google, you're trying to choke out my channel, or YouTube, like, why are you suppressing my videos? You know, when I'm not breaking the content rules, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm trying my best to sort of, you know, meet your very vague, ambiguous, never properly written down demands, needs, and requirements. You know, and you're kind of shanking my channel a bit, you know, to use strong language like that. But yeah, so it's hard out there for small creators in 2021, just as much as it was when the first rumblings of YouTube coming down on people, you know, began. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say. Nobody's watching this, but I just felt like, you know, getting my thoughts out there, and maybe some people agree, maybe some people won't. I mean, it's no surprise, but I just wanted to see for myself, you know, giving this channel a punt. You know, it's the kind of content that I could more easily sit down and just churn out, and you know, a lot of people, they care about, you know, current affairs and politics and all that jazz. So, you know, it just felt like the right time to try and give this channel a punt, but it's not panning out the way I kind of would have hoped. You know, a handful. I was kind of thinking at least I'd get a handful of views and subscribers, like I said, but I'm basically getting none, and I kneel, YouTube. I kneel. So you've won. I can't, you know, what can the little guy do against giant, you know, Silicon Valley corporations, apart from just speak out wherever they can? And I mean, that's the aim of the game in modern politics and current affairs these days. It's about deplatforming and just being very uncharitable to your opponent and making sure that they, you know, if you've got the power, you're doing your level best to stop anyone being able to say anything else. Blah blah blah. I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably sort of you're in the know. You kind of you're probably somewhat aware of the whole situation and how, you know, you have to have certain specific politics, and if you diverge from that, you're not going to have as good a time because, you know, you're problematic or whatever. So thanks for watching if you have, and if you've gotten this far, you know, got nothing but my unending respect, because you'd probably be the only couple of people who actually have, you know. So thank you, and see you on my next test post. Bye bye.